I had two instances wherein I wanna commit suicide. The most recent one was in 2022 when I broke up with my long-term living partner. And at that time, I was physically hurting myself, and I really want to end it. But, I was thinking about my two kids. They were already traumatized about the breakup. And so I said, suicide is not an option for me. That I have to be strong to, like, move on. But the first instance that I had suicidal thoughts would be when I was 12 years old. I was in sixth grade, I believe, at that time. That was the time of my life that everything was just way too heavy. I've been bullied at home. I've been bullied at school. And I said, where am I supposed to go? And, I was bullied for my physical appearance. And, of course, every pain was just piling up. The molestation and something else, which you'll know some other time. And at first, I thought maybe I can just run away. But I said, if I run away, where am I gonna go? And I said, maybe I can live in the streets. But where am I gonna sleep? Or how can I eat? How am I gonna get the money so I can buy the food that I need? I thought about, like, pickpocketing and some other stuff. I said, yeah, I can do pickpocketing, but I can run fast. But it's against my values. I can't do that. And I said, maybe I can just be a young prostitute. But the thing is, I'm not pretty enough to be a prostitute. And so I said, nah, I'm just gonna stay at home, even if things are way too heavy for me. And I was praying to God because everything was just way too heavy for me. And yeah, again, I heard that voice that's saying to me everything was meant to happen. And as usual, I trusted that voice. And I told God, I don't know why this is happening to me, but I'm gonna trust you. But before that, and I said, I really can't, take it anymore. So I was thinking of 99 ways to die. I said maybe I can try cutting my wrists, but I'm not that strong enough to really cut my veins because I need to lose a lot of blood before I die. And I don't want additional scars on my body because when I was young, I have a lot of scars on my legs. So no, I don't want an additional scar on my arms or wrist. And I said maybe I can try to hang myself. So I was looking at a spot in our house where I can, tie a rope I was looking at our ceiling, but nah, and there's no perfect spot to do it. Yeah, it was kind of funny. That's how my mindset works. I was overanalyzing things, which is actually a good thing during that time. And I said, what kind of rope am I gonna buy? It should be like really, sturdy, or, and then I said, do I even have the money to buy the rope? And where should I buy a quality rope? Those are the questions that I had in mind, and I said, nah, hanging myself is not an option. And so I saw the cockroach killer, and I was staring at it for 15 minutes. I said to myself, what if I drink the cockroach killer? Is it gonna be a guarantee that I'm gonna die? But the smell, it's just so awful. I wonder how it tastes like, or what it tastes like rather. And I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna die. I wanna die immediately. But am I just gonna be poisoned? And then my mom will bring me to the hospital. And then she's gonna be mad at me. Because she has to pay the hospital bills, stuff. I can anticipate the future. And I said, nah, drinking the cockroach killer is not an option. And also, the taste. I can't imagine the taste. I don't want to imagine it. And yeah, I said, nah, maybe committing suicide is not an option. I said, if I die, my mom's gonna be really sad. And so I said, yeah, I'll just hold on. Maybe this is something I can, handle. I told myself I have to be brave. This will pass. Oh, about the cockroach killer. I forgot to mention something. I said, if I'm gonna drink the cockroach killer, what would I look like afterwards? I mean, if I'm gonna really die, I'm gonna be uglier. Oh my gosh, I can't afford to be uglier. I'm already ugly. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, thinking about it now, it's kind of funny. But that's how my thought process works when I was young. And yeah, but at that time, I was really feeling pain. So, if you're watching right now and you have, these thoughts as well, I know it's really kind of heavy for you. I don't know what you're going through right now, but trust in God, in the Creator, or the Source, or the universe, whichever you want to believe in, it's all the same. Trust God that He has a special purpose for you, and the challenges or the pain that you're feeling right now, the obstacles, the trials that you're going through right now, that's not punishment. Because God is not a punishing God. Those challenges are tests for you. And if you don't want to believe me, well, my life story says it. That's my guarantee. And if you don't believe in God, I can't blame you for that. Maybe There were a lot of instances that happened to you to make you believe that way. But I'm telling you, there is a creator who loves every one of us. And, you know, if you don't believe in God, at least believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that you're gonna overcome that pain. Believe in yourself that you can turn that pain to something beautiful, because you are.